So New Year's, I made the New Year's resolution to start juicing, and there they go again. And when I did that, my whole, let me go back a little bit. Sorry about that. What's up, y'all? How's it going? Julian here from Julian's Juicebox. I hope y'all are having a good day so far. So today I just wanted to make a video. Heading into the new year, I wanted to make a video on how and why I went raw vegan and the process that it took, for me to get there. Where did I start and why did I start? What happened when I started, and the transition, from the standard American diet to the vegan diet first, and then the transition from vegan to raw vegan, and the whole shebang, the ins and outs, how I did it, why I stayed with it, why I'm probably never gonna go back. So this one's gonna be a little long, but if you wanna, if you're deciding that you want to take control of your health and you're getting ready to head on a journey like this, then this video might be for you. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first, let me show you this amazing smoothie bowl that I made. Or I guess I can just hold this up. Should be able to see that. I did 3 frozen bananas, about 2 cups worth of blueberries, and 1 cup of mango, and used homemade coconut almond milk as the base to give it a little bit to stir it up, because I like my smoothie bowls to be thick, or the smoothie base to be thick. And then I topped it with some shredded coconut and more bananas. You might hear some noise in the back, by the way. That's my dog Hazel. She's hanging out with me right here. So yeah, so why did I guess I'll start with why did I choose to go vegan. So really, if I had to say one thing that made me go vegan, it was the desire and the want and the need to take control of my life. I was at a point where I was just out of college, about a year or two out of college, about a year and a half, and I kind of just felt like I was a little lost, and wasn't in control of things like I was when I was in college. I was playing basketball in college. Some of you may know that I was on a college basketball team. Oh, there's a bee. Get him, Hazel. Get him. I was a college basketball player for 4 years, and was on scholarship and everything, so that was pretty cool, and I was in control of that. I made that happen, with the help of others, of course, but I kind of wanted that, and I got it, and I worked towards it. And then when I got out, I was kind of a little lost. So that was that for one. And then also there was one other big factor. There was a documentary that I saw called What the Health. Some of you may know about this by now. It's been pretty popular and all over the place, in social media and stuff like that. But What the Health was a documentary that came out in 2017, I believe, and what it talked about was, the environmental impact of animal agriculture, and what eating animal products does to us, and meat and dairy, and they took the biological approach, looking at what those foods do to our body, instead of kind of like just basing the whole argument or whatever on the animal cruelty part, which is definitely a big factor. I'm not trying to minimize that at all, but just the approach they had kind of had a big impact on me, and overnight I went vegan. I went vegan the next day. So, and I can't say I haven't had any meat since then, because there was one time where I had meat mistakenly. My sister brought me a salad, and there was some diced up chicken in there, and she told me that there was only 3 pieces, and since it was diced up, I thought it was gone. So I thought she may have taken it out for me, but it wasn't. It was diced up, so I ate it, and then I got sick. So that says a lot, right? So, but since then I haven't had any animal products. So, yeah. So that was what made me, what the reason was for me going vegan, and then going forward, it was. I just got asked this question today by one of my friends. Shout out to Sam Dale Academy, by the way. He asked me, what was the hardest part? What was was it hard to get by the cravings? Like, what did you do for that and stuff? And I was like, well, it wasn't really that hard as far as the meat, getting over the cravings or anything like that. There really wasn't any cravings, because one, I grew up in a Spanish family. I was raised in a Spanish home, so we had a lot of rice and beans, and fried plantains, burritos, stuff like that didn't have animal products in it that I could eat. So I kind of knew how to fill myself up, but it was more of like, maybe once in a while I would pass like Chick-fil-A, and I would be like, oh man, like I miss having a Chick-fil-A sandwich. But just right away, the idea of what that food would do to me would, diminish any of that, that want and that desire. So there really wasn't any cravings, because when I got hungry, I just would stuff myself with vegan food that I was already eating at the time. I just didn't look at it that way. So, yeah, that was kind of how I transitioned. The first couple months, it was really, figuring out what to eat, and then realizing, just looking at food different in general. So after I kind of figured out that, I'm gonna take a bite here. Mix that thing together. Wow, so good. I'm just gonna take it slow today. So after kind of, categorizing the foods and saying, I can't eat this anymore, I can't eat that, kind of getting into the flow of things, and then I started realizing, what meals I like, what meals I don't like, creating meals. I wasn't in the kitchen. I never was really in the kitchen much, but now I was in the kitchen a lot more, being that I had to prepare my food at home, because most food out, fast food or at a restaurant, is, there's animal products all throughout it, whether it be like Alfredo sauce or any type of sauce that goes on the meal. There's always toppings of animal products, and being, they might be fried. I was trying to stay away from the fried stuff too. But yeah, so that was a transition, and this all happened, I guess I didn't let you know that this all happened October of 2017 is when I went vegan. And so it was up to about New Year's. That was about, New Year's would make 3 months. I made a resolution to start juicing. And juicing, some of you may know, I have a juice company now that I've built up. Juicing changed everything. Do y'all hear that? My dog is looking like, we live in the country out here in Virginia, so sometimes they be doing some hunting. Well, so New Year's, I made the New Year's resolution to start juicing, and there they go again. And when I did that, my whole, let me go back a little bit. So sorry about that. My health changed drastically when I went vegan in general, I started feeling amazing. It was like my blood started flowing better. I could breathe deeper. My mind was clearer, and juicing, once I took that on, it took it to a whole new level. It was crazy. I just, mental clarity was taken to a whole new level because I was getting so many more vitamins and minerals, that I wasn't getting before, and they were pure raw vitamins and minerals. They weren't, which I know now, they weren't cooked or heated, which can kill, the nutrition in our food, which is why I went raw, which I'll get to in a little bit. But, and it was just such an abundance, and it was already bioavailable to my blood, for my cells in my body to use those micronutrients, because it was broken down into that liquid form. So juicing just changed the whole game for me. And once I started juicing, man, I just was so amazed at what your body can feel like, and how productive, and how clear you can look at life once you treat your body the right way. And I honestly believe, now looking at food, my relationship with food is it's the foundation to life. If you have a good a good understanding of food and how to use it, you can really set yourself up for success. But juicing, so yeah, I started juicing in January, and then from there I kind of started seeing, what I started to, since I was liking vegan stuff on Instagram and social media and stuff. There it goes again. Since I started liking stuff, interacting with things on social media that were vegan, I started getting recommended for raw vegan stuff on YouTube and recipes and stuff like that. And so I started looking into it. I'm like, man, I've been increasing my health, with the way I'm eating, so let me look into this. And then I started learning about, like I was saying, the how you cook your food. It'll kill off all the enzymes, the vitamins and minerals. Though it's just like if you burn something, it's dead, it's gone. You burn anything, it's diminishes, it perishes. Just that same thing with food, So I started to see this, and I started to do more research and looking into it and stuff. And I decided to make the leap in April or so. So this was a really fast transition to me. It might not be as fast for so many, but I'm kind of mind over matter. Once my mind kind of decides it's done. So once I started learning this stuff, it was I couldn't just keep going and, just not know that and not act on it. It was that's not in my nature. So I just started to go slowly with it, because I was I don't, with transitioning to vegan right away, I kind of knew what to eat for the most part. But going raw vegan, I was wait, so what is the base going to be? It's not rice and pasta anymore. I can't use bread. I can't, so what do I do? What's the base? And it turned out to be, most of it is usually, basically, well, let me put it like this. The raw diet, consists of the raw or living foods diet, is what I like to say that I'm eating. I'm eating living foods now. Everything I eat, I try to make sure it's a living food and it's not dead. But the base of all of it is fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, herbs, and a few grains. But most grains are starchy and gluten based, so not even grains really. There's only a few. But fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, and some grains, and herbs. If you want to consider herbs as different than veggies. So yeah, so it was a little bit tough figuring out what to eat. So that was more, going back to the question, what was the big struggle transitioning. That was the hardest transition right there, going from vegan to raw vegan, because I didn't know what to eat. But after I kicked the one cooked meal a day, or warm meal, once I got over that and I was consistent with the raw vegan lifestyle, living foods lifestyle, again, my health shot up a whole nother level, and I started to become, more connected with the earth. I feel, spiritually guided so much more than I had been before. I just feel so much more in control of my life, and it's not like that control, like, you have a, what is it called? Like I'm a control freak or anything. It's just I feel like I'm not lost and I'm just being thrown around by life. Like I feel like I'm walking with a purpose now. So, and it's amazing. And really, heading into the new year, I wanted to make this, because I know a lot of people ask me, where do I start? So I wanted to just kind of give a summary, because going into the new year, it's a time where everybody makes New Year's resolutions to be healthier and, take control of your health, eat cleaner and stuff like that. So I just wanted to kind of share some of this to, motivate people, because, it's, everybody knows. I feel like we can all agree that, eating healthier is better, a better choice to make, so sometimes it's just with all the distractions and the advertisements of fast food and stuff, it's like hard to know where to start. So that's why I'm doing this video. I guess I should have said that in the beginning, right? But and also, as I mentioned, I make juice, so I have a whole list of juices, that you guys can start with to get started. And juicing, I feel, is a great way. The soil isn't the same anymore. We don't live in the same world I guess I didn't live in, but as a species we used to live in about 50 years ago, say 1950s, the soil was different than it is now. It carried much more nitrogen, oxygen, magnesium, so there was more life in the soil, and that therefore the food was so much more nutritious. Where now, there isn't as many farmers, there's so much more pollution in the world, so the soil isn't the same, therefore the food doesn't carry the same nutrition that it did. So we have to, I always say to people, they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, probably not so much anymore. We might need like 5 or 6 apples a day. So, and with juicing, we can achieve that. We can do that. We can get an abundance of fruits and vegetables in with just a small, pint of juice. Pause. So, wanted to run inside and grab one of my drinks real quick. So this is my apple a day, and this has Granny Smith apples, Pink Lady apples, Fuji apples, and a little bit of ginger. And in here is about 2.5 of each apple. So you're getting, what, 2, 4, 6, 7.5 apples. So, I mean, just think of all the nutrition you're getting in that, right? You're getting so many vitamins, minerals, hydration. You're getting, natural sugar to give you a little bit of energy. It's just slam packed, and look how much easier it is to drink this than it is to eat that many apples, and with the veggie drinks, like who wants to eat a full head of celery, but just the benefits that come from celery is insane. So yeah, this whole lifestyle is just amazing, and I would recommend it to anybody. It's done wonders for me. And sorry about that, my camera cut out. So I'm just gonna end this video now. I don't want it to cut out again. If you could like the video, comment, ask me any questions. I'd love to connect with you guys. And also subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button so that way this message can get out to more people. And I'll also leave some links so you can follow me on social media. I'll put those links in the description. And I'll also put the website. So if you want to get some juice, I ship nationwide. 1 to 3 day delivery. After I send it out, it'll take 1 to 3 days to get to your door. I freeze all the juice, so all the vitamins, minerals are locked in there till it gets to your house. And if this comes out before New Year's, I have a New Year's sale going on, so 33% off of everything. I'll try to get this out before then so you can see it. Yeah, Hazel is coming into the screen. Perfect shot. Let's say hi. Where you at? Hey. Peace, love, and light, guys, as always. Say bye.